Alright guys, we got to have this discussion right now. Do you guys still think that Liga MX is light years away from MLS? Real question right there. I personally think that the gap has definitely closed. Now some might just say, oh, well, you're an MLS fan, so that's your opinion, and you know, obviously that's the reason why you feel that way. But here's the thing, guys, there's evidence out there now that these MLS teams are starting to go head-to-head with these Mexican sides, and these Mexican sides are starting to struggle. We have the perfect example last week. We had our Champions League, where we saw Seattle defeat León 3-0, okay? And not only did they defeat León 3-0, they completely dominated that game. And now we saw Pumas lose to New England Revolution 3-0 as well. We should just change it to 3-0 now, right? But this wouldn't happen back in the day. Back in the day, you know, MLS teams will struggle against Liga MX teams all the time. Like if they were able to pull off a 1-0 win or a 2-1 win, like it was almost considered a fluke. And honestly, a lot of times it was a lot of luck. The talent was just not there with MLS at the time. So that's the thing. See, a lot of Mexican media and pundits are gonna argue that no, the gap hasn't shortened, and no, Liga MX is still miles ahead, because how many Champions League championships has MLS won? And the answer is 0. MLS has never won that tournament. Now here's the thing, the argument is not that Liga MX wasn't better, because they obviously were. MLS has never won this tournament, therefore there's no debate. Liga MX was definitely better the last few years. Well, not the last few years, really the last 15, 16 years. Because they have the record to prove it. They have won this tournament every single time. But that's not the argument that we're making. The argument that we're making is the gap has shortened to the point that now we're going to see more competitive matches between these two leagues, and to the point that you're going to start seeing these MLS teams start to dominate these Mexican sides, as we saw with the Seattle, you know, and the New England Revolution. And not only that, you know, in previous years where we saw LAFC go through 3 different Mexican teams, and they're all really big teams, you know, like America, and you know, like they defeated León. You know, they defeated these big giant Mexican teams where before it could never be done. If anything, I made a rant video about a year ago where I was pissed off because I felt like MLS sites always had this mentality that just because they were playing a Mexican team that they were automatically, you know, gonna lose. And they went in with that mentality, so most of the time, guess what happened? They lost. Because they didn't have that winning mentality. They didn't have that confidence in the league or the team itself to say, oh, we're gonna go in there and defeat this Mexican side because we are good enough to do that. Well, now we're starting to see that with all these results recently. So here's the thing, whether you agree with me or not, this is happening. Alright, you don't have to agree with me. The evidence is there. We're starting to see this more frequently. Every single tournament, every single year, we're starting to see these MLS sides just kick ass. Alright, and they're going to continue to do that unless the Mexican League does something about it. As a matter of fact, at the rate that we're going, I can tell you that MLS will be superior to Liga MX within the next maybe 10 years. If Liga MX doesn't do anything to improve the way they're going. Because we're not only seeing that obviously in the MLS and Liga MX, we're also seeing it in the national team. You see how Mexico is starting to struggle against the US quite a bit. I mean, the US definitely have improved as well, the national team. To a point that they literally beat Mexico in 3 separate tournaments last year, where Mexico couldn't win not even one of them. Okay, we're starting to see this shift, and people are going to stay in denial. They're going to be, you know, staying in denial and saying no. You know, Liga MX is still miles ahead, and I'm not saying that they're not better, because they're still a little bit ahead of MLS. I'm just saying that the gap has definitely closed. So now with the gap being shorter, these MLS sides could actually compete and sometimes even dominate, as we saw with these last 2 games. So guys, let me know in the comments what you think. Are you one of those people who are still in denial saying that Liga MX is still miles ahead? Because honestly, I will tell you that you're wrong. But again, it's also my opinion. You're entitled to yours. But like I said, it doesn't matter if you agree with me or not. It's happening, and MLS is going to become the better league if Liga MX doesn't get it together. Let me know what you think in the comments. Definitely am open for any discussions. We got a lot of haters last time. You guys are more than welcome, alright? Go ahead and discuss it in the comments with me. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.